What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Now today I've got for you 3 revenge stories, starting with NuclearRevenge, then moving to prorevenge, and finally ending with some phenomenal petty revenge. But before we get into the first nuclear story, first of all, just want to say, at this moment in time, at the time of recording, we are just a few hundred subscribers away from 600,000. So if you're watching this video, maybe you watch a lot of my videos, and you haven't yet hit the button, just do it for me. It's completely free, as you guys know, and you'll get notified if you press the bell when I upload in the future. So get it done. I love you forever. Let's get into the first story. I hunted down my credit card thieves. Yesterday morning, I received an email notification from my credit card company stating a transaction for $1,500 at a med spa was declined, and another stating it was approved. I immediately called said credit card company to report the fraudulent charge. Turns out, my card has had fraudulent charges over the past 3 weeks, with purchases including various hotels in my area, eBay, gas station, self-storage, and moving truck rental. Now, I rarely use this card. The last time I used it in person was in February, and my last online purchase with it was in 2023. Fortunately, my credit card company flagged all recent charges and closed my card. This morning, my significant other had a doctor's appointment in the same city as a hotel purchase made yesterday. After the appointment, my boyfriend asked me what I thought we should do today. I said, well, you wanted to shop for some new shoes, or we can swing by this hotel up the street and see if the credit card thieves are still there. The amount charged seems like it would cover 2 or 3 days. So my boyfriend and I go to the hotel to see if the people were still checked in and to let them know the card was stolen and the charges would be reversed. The front desk lady was fuming. She was able to find the reservation by card number and noted that the person had kept changing cards to pay for the room. Of course, they didn't tell me the room number, much to my boyfriend's dismay. My boyfriend was hoping to get a room key to take their stuff. Yeah, right. I called the credit card company and they asked me to call the police. I called the sheriff's department and they arrived within 20 minutes. I was surprised they actually even came. I gave them my report, ID, and credit card. The deputy asked if I wanted to prosecute, and I said yes. But can I prosecute if my credit card company is going to refund all the money anyway? Then they went inside and spoke to the front desk, who provided them the invoice. My boyfriend and I waited outside in front of the lobby. Then, through the automatic sliding doors, I hear the front desk lady yell, "That's him! He's trying to leave!" A light Hispanic dude with a bull terrier and several bags gets placed in cuffs. He gets brought outside, searched, and the doggo gets cuffed to a trash can. Oh wow. Then another little Asian guy gets brought out in cuffs. A third deputy arrives and brings out a fancy Asian lady with a face full of fillers, 2 suitcases, and a Coach backpack. 4 officers start going through the backpacks on the hood of their car. We see passports, IDs, credit cards. They pull out a big credit card printing machine and a laptop. Then they pull out a big Ziploc filled with crystal meth, and the cop exclaims, "Here we go," and turns towards us to flash a smile. 2 of them go back to search the hotel room and bring down 2 bags with more drugs, a scale, 4 car keys, and a big wad of cash. Unfortunately, none of the cars were in the parking lot, and the perp said they'd been traveling by Uber. The cops contacted one of the thief's friends to pick up the dog, who arrived pretty quickly. It was an older Asian dude with tattoos, flashy jewelry, in an old luxury SUV. Don't worry, we got his pics and license plates. All these guys seem like characters out of The Brother's Son. The deputies then gave me all the paperwork and told me that one of the guys said they stole my card off of the internet. I would have guessed that they used the scanner while I was at the fair a few weeks ago. I find that so weird because I haven't used my card online in almost a year. Apparently they made a physical card that had a different name on it. Anywho, I walked inside to give the front desk a copy of the incident number, and then I remembered something else. I remember seeing another transaction for a storage unit that was made yesterday and 2 charges at a rental truck company. I go back outside and talk to the sheriff, and I asked him if he wanted me to try and figure out where that was. I was able to track down the storage location to a city about 15 minutes away, but no can do on the trucks. I called the storage place and they confirmed that a payment was made with my card, but would not give me the unit number. From there, the sheriff said that it was out of their jurisdiction and they would try to get a search warrant, but that might take a while. However, it might be helpful if I made a police report with the other city. So, with nothing better to do, I drove my butt over there and made another police report regarding the storage unit. So that is it for now. I'll update if anything else happens. In the meantime, I will call up the credit bureau to freeze my social security, tell my dog to be on alert, and load magazines. Any other suggestions? Also, the copper asked if I wanted to prosecute, but that was before the drugs bust. So do I now need a lawyer? Thanks in advance. Wow. I did not expect this when I first read the title, which was just hunting down credit card thieves. You know, it happens. It's annoying, but normally you get your money back, and credit card thieves are pretty terrible people, but you know, they're just fraudulent. They're just trying to steal some money, not like terrible, terrible people. But yeah, these guys, wow, they had something else going on. Unbelievable. I mean, I say they're not terrible people. They are terrible, terrible people, but there are levels to terrible, if you guys get what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, just go to town on them as much as you can. I don't think you need a lawyer. I think your lawyer is the prosecutor, right? But yeah, just get them to trial as quickly as you can, and be a witness and just dominate. That's what I'd do anyway. It's just pretty crazy how something that started off as, yeah, maybe pretty normal. I mean, credit card fraud does happen a lot, sadly. Eventually ended up with this, and people running out of a hotel, just, yeah, bags and bags of drugs in the room. Oh God. Crazy operation going on, and you're the one that's uncovered it. Fair play, OP. Okay, now for our pro-revenge story of this episode. Cable company kept calling to recharge even after disconnecting service. Booked tech support to fix non-existent TV box. My old TV finally broke down, so I got a new smart TV. A couple of weeks later, I realized that no one in the family watches any TV channels. Everyone goes for streaming content. I decided that it's not worth it to pay for the TV connection anymore. Now, my TV connection is added into my phone plan along with my internet as well, so disconnecting it was not straightforward. It was a custom plan with its own dedicated relationship team. It took several calls to the team to find a resolution, which was to convert the TV connection to a prepaid one and then stop recharging. After the conversion was done, I got messages for a few weeks to recharge, and then finally a message to return the set-top box. I responded to that, and in a few days, the box was collected from my place. Good riddance. Or so I thought. Next up, started some calls from random call centers for recharging. It felt different from the dedicated relationship team. I googled and found out that this had become the practice in my country. The company had outsourced this part of the support to a third party, and they simply checked from the printed database about people who had a connection but did not recharge last month. Since my disconnection was in the middle of the month and their printed database was from the beginning, they didn't have this updated info. Now obviously I tried my best to inform them about this, but to no avail. So I started talking to the callers, informing them of the fake problem my TV was having connecting to the set-top box, and that multiple support requests have fallen on deaf ears. I also started recording the calls. Third caller took it seriously and booked tech support. I got a call from a field tech within hours. He came by. I greeted him with drinks and I informed him about the real issue, and we had a good laugh. He suggested that I keep it up a few more times for good measure. Wow, the tech support himself is saying that, yeah, actually the practices of my company aren't great. Just keep doing it. After 8 tech support visits, finally they got the message. To be fair, I suppose the tech support would still be getting paid for his or her time, right? So it doesn't really matter to them. Wow. I got a call from a supervisor asking why I was booking tech support when clearly I didn't have a connection anymore. I mailed him the call recordings. He was pretty annoyed, but I stopped getting calls so much. Any call I get now, which is rare, maybe once in a couple of weeks, I just read from the same script. And if someone takes it seriously enough to try and book tech support, they get a short note against my ID to not bother this gentleman. Oh wow, there is nothing more annoying than this. When you've cancelled with a company, or you're trying your best to cancel with a company, and either they're just saying, nah, this can't be done, or like, you're locked into a deal here, etc., and there's just no leeway at all. Or, in this more rare case, you have actually cancelled and they're still acting as if you haven't, and you're still a customer with them. Very, very strange. As I said while reading, I'm kind of like loving the fact that the tech support guy was saying, actually, yes, it's a bit of a disgrace. You should just keep doing this and keep calling me. I don't really care. Or keep calling one of my colleagues. Who really cares? But yeah, if this is going on, it's just so annoying. In the same way that they're saying, why do you keep booking tech support when you don't have a connection anymore? Like, stop wasting our time. well, you could ask them, why are you responding to support claims if you know that I don't have a connection anymore? Why are you wasting my time? So it works both ways. Now moving on to our third story. This one from r/petty revenge. Bought an alarm to go off whenever someone leaves the baby gate open. I am cackling right now. My teenager and husband are constantly leaving the baby gates I have installed on the stairs and door to the mudroom open. The dog will then go into the mudroom and eat the cat litter, or she'll pee on the carpeted landing, or go up to our room to get into our trash, or the diaper pail. It drives me bananas. Making them clean it up doesn't seem to deter them from constantly forgetting to shut the gates. My teenager maintains that they don't leave the gate open. So, I bought one of those window alarms that has a separate magnet and then the main unit. So, when you separate them, it alarms that the window is open. You can put these things just about anywhere, such as doors, the fridge or freezer, cabinets, etc. You can also set a delay, which is what I did, so it isn't alarming just from someone walking through. Currently upstairs with the toddler for a nap, and I heard the teenager go down the stairs. And 30 seconds later, the alarm starts going off. I sent them laughing face emojis, and they just said, die. I responded with a kissy face and offered to turn it up louder if they'd like me to. But I'm sitting here trying not to wake the baby up from laughing. I didn't tell my husband I bought these alarms, so I can't wait for him to come home and find out about them too. Now OP's added a little edit here. For those saying the timer should be shorter, I agree, I just don't have another option. There are 3 settings: 0-second delay and the alarm plays every 5 seconds, 30-second delay and the alarm plays every 20 seconds, or 0-second delay and the alarm plays continuously. Other alarms I was looking at had similar options. This is just the one that was cost effective, came in a 2-pack, and could get here within a day. My husband is home, but hasn't yet gone upstairs or through the mudroom yet. He usually skips the mudroom and comes inside through the sliding doors. It's almost toddler bath time, so I'm sure it will happen soon. And OP has added this update. Husband did indeed leave the gate open. He made it back over to the stove where he had the loud fans on, so he didn't immediately hear the alarm. Everyone else heard it, and I said, "Who left the gate open?" My middle child immediately gave up my husband and said he did it. My husband said, "It wasn't me," and she fired back at him that he just came down the stairs and it definitely was him. Then the alarm went off again and he said, "What is that?" And then, "Really, babe?" before rolling his eyes and marching over to fix the gate. Everyone got a pretty good laugh about it. I'll have to give it a trial run and see how well it deters them from leaving it open in the future. And OP has also added one more final update. I worked nights all weekend and slept during most of the day on Saturday and Sunday. Throughout that time, I heard the gate alarms go off frequently. The teenagers stayed in their room most of the time, so it was definitely my husband setting it off the majority of the time. I haven't rubbed it in his face, yet. He knows that I know that he's aware he's the problem. To his credit, he hasn't complained about it. At least, not to my face, though I did hear him say, "Oh god damn it," once before going back to shut the gate. And neither he nor the teenager have decided to just flip the off switch on the side, so at least they're going along with it. The teenager is much more vocal about their hatred of the alarm. He said it's a very overstimulating sound, to which I said, then I guess you'd better shut the gate, eh? They're proving to be much more trainable than my husband, but hopefully with a few more weeks of Pavloving him, he'll just do it automatically. Thanks for all the comments. I got a lot of chuckles out of them. Maybe it's just me, but I kind of love the fact that the alarm doesn't go off immediately, because it's like for them, it's even more annoying than if the alarm went off immediately and they quickly said, "Oh, I've forgotten. I'll close it and the alarm will stop," etc. Instead, no, they've gone like 30 seconds away from the gate and then have to come 30 seconds back. Or they've sort of like forgotten about it. But then, 30 seconds later, they're like, "Oh God, really? I'm now doing something else," for example. But you know what I mean? It's just like, I actually think that the later the alarm is, the better. It's just funnier. Surely this is going to work, by the way, as well. Like, obviously, it's extremely annoying, but that's kind of the point. Like, the more annoying something is every time you do it, surely the more likely you are to more quickly fix it and stop doing it. Again, if the alarm was instant, they might be more like your husband and your kids might be more likely just to forget about it and then be like, "Oh, it's fine, it's done, like close it again." Whereas now, every time, even when they're going through that part of your house, they're going to be thinking, "Oh my God, it's so annoying when I forget and I have to go back and, it's been 30 seconds already." So now I'm just going to 100% remember, and it's going to become a habit. I don't know. This surely would work. I mean, it would work on me. This would really annoy me. It's great stuff and just a very, very good idea. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this one. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want some more revenge stories right away, I've put some more on screen right here. But I've got to say, what's annoying me at the moment is that there are so few like really good, juicy nuclear revenge stories, especially on Reddit. It's like one that comes up every couple of weeks. So if you guys want to post your own revenge stories, you can do so on my subreddit if you want to be featured in an episode. If you've got anything that you think is interesting and you're a good writer, the link's in the description. r/RedditorYT. Get it on there and you might be in the next episode.